Did you know why in the West we, and I include myself because I once celebrated Easter, why do we celebrate Easter? People come with the narrative, obviously, of the death and resurrection of Jesus. Okay, but where did this celebration come from? Where does it originally come from? Well, let me tell you that this is a Jewish celebration that goes back much further than the holiday, as we see it from the Christian point of view, which is the Easter bunny not eating meat, all that. That was a decree established in the year 325 at the famous Council of Nicaea, where Constantine separated the traditional Jewish feast from the Christian feast. He put it on another date and modified it. He made it more focused on Jesus, but the origin of this holiday is Jewish. In fact, Jesus himself celebrated this feast. So the famous Last Supper was definitely and obviously a Passover Seder. Remember that Jesus and his disciples, his Talmud, which in Hebrew means disciples of this Rabbi Yehoshua, his true Hebrew name, were observing the Torah, and the Torah commands celebrating on a specific date, a celebration called Passover. Therefore, according to this celebration's decrees, there are certain guidelines to follow, like not eating leavened bread. If the New Testament tells us that at that Last Supper, Jesus was eating bread, that bread was unleavened, but with Greco-Roman interpolations, they made you think it was leavened bread, and that it was simply something totally separate from what was commonly done in the first century, specifically on that date when Jesus was eating with his disciples. There were some guidelines, as I mentioned, solemn guidelines to follow, like, for example, drinking 4 cups of wine, eating unleavened bread. And all of that, obviously, these first century Jews were doing. Well, this is so you can learn a bit more about the very origins of your own religion, Christianity.